Student News, the news students can use. I'm Naomi.
And I'm Kaden. Here are this week's stories.
In Hammond, Indiana, a disturbing incident unfolded when someone captured a video of a dog inside an open crate of a moving trailer. The footage recorded along Calumet Avenue shows the dog shivering and appearing apprehensive. The witness, Ryan Jackson, followed the vehicle, documenting the situation and contacting authorities. Indiana State Police traced the vehicle to Gary, Indiana, where they found the dog, later named Midnight, abandoned at a residence. An off-duty canine handler rescued and provided initial care to the animal. 37-year-old Eric V. McClinton of Lake County, Indiana, was arrested on a misdemeanor animal cruelty charge. Midnight is now in foster care, receiving necessary attention and care.
In Chicago's Calumet Heights, an incident unfolded when 12-year-old Delilah Bathy was fatally shot inside her home on South Harper Avenue. Delilah was transported to Comer's Children's Hospital, where she was pronounced dead. Authorities have charged a 14-year-old with involuntary manslaughter in connecting with the shooting. The Cook County State's Attorney's Office reports that the juvenile is currently on electronic monitoring, and this is scheduled to appear in court next month.
Travis Kelce has been given a deadline by the Kansas City Chiefs to decide whether he will retire or return for another season in the NFL. The 35-year-old tight end has until March 14th to make his decision, just after a month after the Chiefs' Super Bowl loss to the Philadelphia Eagles. Kelce's potential retirement has been a topic of speculation since the Chiefs' 40-20 defeat to the Eagles, which ended their reign as four-time Super Bowl champions. Kelce's contract runs throughout the 2025 season and includes an $11.5 million roster bonus due on March 15th, with the NFL's free agency period beginning on March 10th. Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes addressed.
Expressing his support for Kelce's decision-making process, he's given so much to this team, to the NFL. Mahomes said he's been such a joy, not only for me to work with, but for people to watch. Kelce discussed his future on the February 12th episode of the New Height podcast, which he co-hosts with his brother, Jason Kelce, of the Philadelphia Eagles. I know everybody wants to know whether or not I'm playing next year, and I'm now just kicking everything down the road. I'm not making me crazy decisions. Kelce said the retirement rumors during a post-Super Bowl press conference.
Expressing his support for Kelce's decision-making process, he's given so much to this team and much to this team to the NFL. Mahomes said he's been such a joy, not only for me, but to work with, but for people to watch. Kelce discussed his future on the February 12th episode of the New Heights podcast, which he co-hosts with his brother, Jason Kelce of the Philadelphia Eagles. I know everybody wants to know whether or not I'm playing next year, and right now, I'm just kicking everything down the road. I'm not making any crazy decisions, Kelce said.
The average price for a dozen eggs rose to $5 last month, according Bureau of Labor Statistics, a notable jump from last year when it was $3. And as of highly infective bird flu disseminates the chicken population and reduces egg supplies, prices are expected to climb over 2%, according to the outlook by the U.S. Department of Agriculture. As a result, some of the big-name stores have stated limiting the amount of eggs consumers can buy. The product's high costs have prompted Democrats that Trump fulfill his campaign promise to immediately start reducing the price of grocery items.
That's all for now.
Make sure to stay tuned for more stories.
stage 4 lung cancer because I could never put down the cigarettes. I never really cared who was going to take care of me. But now, I don't know who's going to take care of him.
Welcome back from the break. I'm Aiden.
And I'm Asia. Here are some more stories. 2 people have been charged in the death of Tennessee soldier Katia Aguilera, a U.S. Army soldier who died last year from 68 stab wounds. Sofia Rodas has been charged with first-degree murder and tampering with evidence, and Aguilera's husband, Ronaldo Cruz, was charged with tampering with evidence in Aguilera's death. Rodas and Cruz were already in custody for unrelated charges. Katia Aguilera was stationed at Fort Campbell on the Kentucky-Tennessee border. She was later found dead in her home in Tennessee.
Transgender and homosexuals removed from National Monument site at the infamous National Park Service. The National Park Service has removed references to transgender and homosexuals from its Stonewall's National Monument webpage, a site pivotal to the LGBTQ rights movement. In 1969, police raids took place in Stonewall in New York that sparked the modern LGBTQ rights struggle. It is internationally revered. Now that Trump is in office, this move follows a broader effort by the Trump administration to limit recognition of non-binary and transgender individuals across federal agencies, aligning with the recent directive to recognize only 2 genders.
Donald Trump has recently imposed 25% tariffs on all steel and aluminum that are imported to the United States. As he announced the tariffs, he claimed that they will help make America rich again. On top of that, a Trump administration official worker said that the new tariffs were designed to eliminate loopholes and exemptions that helped importers somewhat scam the system. In retaliation, China imposed tariffs on ships and metals, and Trump has begun to ease on some of his measures and suspended his 25% tariffs on imports from Mexico and Canada until March 1st.
An Indiana teen was arrested for allegedly plotting a mass shooting for Valentine's Day at her high school. 18-year-old Trinity Shockley was arrested for conspiracy to commit murder, intimidation, and conspiracy to commit intimidation. According to probable cause filing, the FBI's Sandy Hook Promise Say Something reported system contacted the local sheriff's office after a tip, so their friend was planning an attack, and they had access to AR-15 and just had ordered a bulletproof vest. They also described their friend as a 12th grader who identified as transgender and was obsessed with the Parkland shooter, Nicholas Cruz. Shockley told investigators that she was joking, but her social media posts show otherwise.
40 dead ducks washed ashore at Indiana's Walhalla Beach with suspected bird flu outbreak. Officials in Whiting are urging residents to avoid Walhalla Beach after 40 ducks washed ashore with concerns over possible bird flu outbreak. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention states that ducks, geese, and other waterfowl are natural carriers of the virus, can spread it to other birds. The Whiting Parks Department set aside 2 ducks for testing by the Indiana Department of Natural Resources, and the others were removed.
That's all the stories we have for this week.
Make sure to check out our other videos at ACC TV Hammond. Make sure to follow us on Instagram.
And you have a lovely Valentine's Day.